Welcome. This episode has been brought to you by chocolate. Coffee makes it possible to get out of bed, but chocolate makes it worthwhile. Enough of that. All right, today, Scarlett and I were having a conversation, and I think if any of you who truly know who I am and know me, I'm a bit of a nerd. When I first started playing Coral back in 2016, I put everything in an Excel file. So Scarlett's basically said to me, it's like, Talon, let's do an update. Let's post it in the group. And I've created some files for you guys. So if you go to Coral Isle, go to Files. And we'll start off with plants. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. I've listed every plant in Coral Isle, no matter which island it is, that you can actually plant. So if you find, say, flower or grass growing on your island, and it's not something that you planted, if you find starfish, it's not going to be listed in this page. So to give you a quick rundown of what this PDF is about, first of all, it has the name of the items in alphabetical order. Food value, it will tell you that if I take one aggressivus and I convert it to food, it will give me 120 food units. If I decide to plant it, I will, for one plot, I will get 4 of them back. Cost me 300 food units to plant one plot. 2 waters, 1 energy, and it takes 5 hours to grow. And of course, once I harvest that one plot, it's going to give me 6 experience points. Now, in addition to that, there's some miscellaneous requirements, so some of them have, some don't. Aggressivus requires 1 dark heart. So, I broke this down over here on the side per 10 plots. So if I was to go ahead and plant 10 plots of aggressivus, the food value that I would receive after converting it completely into food, the experience points, or the experience value for planting 10 plots of aggressivus, and profit. Profit takes into account your food requirements minus the food value that you would receive and tells you your net profit. Here's the one with all the different plants. Close that. I have one for trees. And let's zoom in on that one. Coffee. We have coffee tree, but you cannot convert the food, the coffee that you harvest off the tree directly to food. So again, it's listed, but you'll have NA. So in this case, we'll start talking about cherries. 14 food units. Harvest per unit is 25, food requirements 3,000, water requirements is 10, energy is 0, time to grow 6 hours, experience for harvesting 7, and max number of harvests for that tree. You cannot convert it to a food, like in coffee, it's going to give you an NA. So, you can take a look at this. One of the shortest of the files I put in there is the one about nature. These are items found under the nature column, under the tab in the game, and basically have coconuts, bananas, big and small, food values, harvest per unit, food requirements to purchase the tree, water requirements, energy, so forth and so on. And with these, we have a limitless amount of time. So if you plant it out there, as long as you don't chop it down, it's there forever. We'll get rid of that one, that one, and then of course we have the miscellaneous charts. Everything from miscellaneous gifts, things that you may be able to brew yourself and convert into a food unit. Now I will pull up the actual Excel file, and I have pulled up here is trees to find out, after all our base requirements and the harvest and everything else, what is the most profitable tree? Any idea? Any idea? Anybody? All right, starting off, and super is pearls, orchard, pearls. Papaya, for 20,700 per tree. That's a lot of food. So when you start taking a look and you're visiting higher levels islands and you see a bunch of papaya trees, you now know why. All right, and let's go to plants. And let's see which plant gives us the best overall profits. And that would be barberry. Harmonious, pitahaya, kibia, cabbage, lulo. Now, of course, not everyone has access to highlands, not everyone has access to Wolf Islands, but if you do, I would say lower level, if you can get to Wolf Island, the kibia would probably be one of your best bets. 700, 2 reserves for water, 65-60 net, and of course just 4 hours. We have cabbage, which we can do on the main island. Common bean, I know a lot of people stand by that. You know, food requirement 350. But again, if you compare it to a kibia, food requirement 700. 2 to 1, you're talking about 4 hours versus 2 hours. So you can definitely get, well, it almost breaks even, but you would actually use less energy by planting a kibia, because for every 2 hours you go through, you're doing 3,300 a kibia, you're basically 65. So really you're talking about a net of what, about 40 points of food. But again, you're utilizing a lot of energy, 2 times the amount of energy. Just to me, is not worth it. But again, this will give you a great starting point for your own personal decisions. I'm not going to try to persuade you one way or another, but the files are there for you to take a look at. And hopefully that was useful, helpful. And if you have any other questions, comments, please make sure to let us know. Send me a message if you want to see another video, different ideas, you want me to cover different topics. Let me know. So have a wonderful week and see you on the next video. Thank you.